Hey yogis, welcome back to Yoga with Brittany. My name is Brittany and today we're doing a 15-ish minute energizing flow. We do not need any props for this practice. However, if you like to practice with them, go ahead and grab those now. Otherwise, I'll meet you in a comfortable seated position on your mat when you're ready. So we're going to start in a seated position. I'm going to start with all 10 of my toes tucked. I like to open and stretch the backs of my feet. However, if tucking the toes and sitting like this is not comfortable for you, any sort of comfortable seat is good with me. You can even sit up on a block or on bolsters or pillows if you have it. Otherwise, go ahead and take the hands down in the lap. Close down the eyes. And right away, I just want you to notice if you're sitting in a nice tall line, if you're hunched over, go ahead and pull the shoulders down the back, lengthening through the back of the neck, reaching the crown tall to the ceiling. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Do that again, inhale. Sigh it out. Last one together, breathe in. And let it go. We're going to do just a couple more rounds of breath together. Just follow my count, breathing in through the nose. 2, 3, 4, pause. Open mouth, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, pause. Hold your breath. Let it go. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. One more round. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, pause. Let it go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on empty. Go ahead and inhale. Open up the eyes. Roll out the wrist just a tad. And then we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. Opening, crinkling the fingers, find tabletop, and then tap out the tops of the feet. I know, it's a little weird. It's all good. Especially if you had your toes tucked, it might feel good to open and flex the toes, roll through the ankles, and then here we go. Starting with an inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, find cow pose, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and then exhale, find cat pose, press the mat away, drop the head and neck. Inhale, open up to cow. Exhale to cat. One more round together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cat pose. This time we're going to find a little bit of movement with it. So on the inhale, start to draw the hips back towards the heels, but before you get to that child's pose position, exhale, round it forward to cat pose. Let the shoulders pass the wrist, getting a little wrist stretch. 2 more times. Inhale, open up to cow. Set the hips back. Exhale, round it forward to cat. One more. Inhale, open up to cow. Exhale, rock it forward. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Send the hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Now, if you're anything like me, this is the first down dog of the day, and my legs and my hips are feeling really tight. So twist out the hips. Breathe into the backs of those legs. Pick up your right foot and swirl the ankle one direction and then the other. And then take it to the left. Rotating the ankle one direction and then the other. Good work. Inhale, come high onto the tippy toes. And then exhale, I want you to bend into the knees. Look in between the hands like you're going to pounce. Inhale, high onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend into the knees. Get ready to pounce. And then inhale, high onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend into the knees. Lift the hips high one more time. Look in between the hands. We're just going to tiptoe to the top of the mat, keeping the hips as lifted as we can, creating a nice stretch in the back of the legs. When you get to the top, just grab opposite elbows, hang heavy in a ragdoll. Maybe you sway side to side. Just warming up in a nice, quick way so we can boost our energy. Release the grip. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. I might be a little loud into my microphone. Apologize for that. Start to roll up the spine. Head and neck will be the last thing to come up, meeting in Tadasana. Palms face forward, melt the shoulders away from the ears. I want you to pick up all 10 toes, spread them, root them back into the mat. Tuck the tailbone just a tad. Lift the kneecaps. Pull the belly button and ribs in. Find this really tall, strong mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. One more in-breath. And let it go. Strong in the feet. Soft bend into the knees. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to take a halfway lift, so think flat back. And then plant the hands, step your left foot back. My alignment's all cocky right here, so I'm going to step my right foot forward so my ankle and my knee are nice and in line. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes. So right away I'm going to start squeezing those inner thighs together so I can sweep my arms high, finding Anjaneyasana. So nice low lunge, but here I want you to start sinking your hips forward and through as you reach the thumbs towards the back of the room. Keep the belly button and ribs pulled in. Squeeze everything towards midline. Breathe in, and then exhale. Find a half split, planting the hands under the shoulders. Tug the right toes towards the face. If you've taken any of my classes, you know I love a good hip floss. So we're going to hip floss this right hip just a couple times. So on the inhale, walk the hands forward, sink the hips, lift the chin. On the exhale, find that half split once more, tugging the toes towards the face. Picking up the pace, come inhale, bring it forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, shift it back. One more to the front. Hips are heavy. Exhale to the back. Good work. Start to squeeze those inner thighs. Start bending to the right knee. Reach the arms high, Anjaneyasana. Can you take it up and back a little bit further as you sink the hips forward and through? Breathe in. And then plant the left palm. Peel your right arm open. Take a nice twist. Draw the right shoulder down the back. Inhale. Begin to tuck the left toes. Pick up the left knee. Now you're in a high lunge, but with a twist. So your left palm is still rooted onto the mat. Right arm reaches high. Start to cactus this right elbow. See if you can corkscrew your chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. This is a big, deep twist. And then plant the right palm. Step your left or your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Good work. Inhale here. Roll it forward up onto your tippy toes. Look in between the hands and come into a high plank. So think wave-like. And then exhale, find downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Spinal rolls. Inhale, think like a wave. Cat-like with the back to high plank. Wave it back. Downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, wave it back. Good work. Come high onto the toes. Bend your knees. Look in between the hands and then step or hop to the top when you're ready. Take a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Soft bend into the knees. Sweep the arms high, extended mountain. Back into it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then plant the palms. Step the right foot back. Drop the right knee. Untuck the toes. Hug those inner thighs towards each other as you sweep the arms high. Sink the hips low, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, half split. Plant the palms under the shoulders, tug the left toes towards the face. Now we're going to hip floss this left hip now. So start walking the hands forward. Inhale, low lunge. I like to stay up on my finger pads, gives myself some more space. Exhale, half split. Picking up the pace. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. 1 more to the front. 1 more to the back. Sweep the arms high as you bend into that left knee. Anjaneyasana. Pull the thumbs back towards that back heel. Take a nice deep back bend. And then plant the right palm. Left arm reaches high. Gentle twist. Pull the belly closer to that left thigh and try to keep that left knee pulling in rather than splaying open to the left. Begin to tuck the right toes. Pick up the right knee. High lunge legs, twisting with the arms. Full breath in. Bend into that left elbow. Corkscrew the ceiling, your chest towards the ceiling. Breathe in. And then exhale, plant the left palm. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Clear it out. Spinal roll. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, wave it back. One more. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, wave it back. Good work. This time we're going to come forward to a high plank. You can drop your knees here into a modified plank if you would like. Otherwise, shift the weight forward onto the tippy toes so the shoulders pass the wrist. Hug the elbows into the side as you lower halfway. Breathe in. Upward facing dog. Whew. I like to do a little hip dip here. Check in with the back. Full inhale. Exhale, roll over the toes. Find downward facing dog. Come high onto the toes, bend into the knees, look in between the hands, and very quietly hop to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift and a forward fold. Sweep the arms high, extended mountain. This time we're going to release the hands to the low back. Grab opposite elbows, interlace your fingers. If this is not accessible, then you'll grab opposite elbows. Otherwise, interlace the fingers. Start dragging the knuckles down towards the heels, opening up through the chest. Squeeze the glutes. See if you can press the hips a little further forward. Maybe you take a gaze back behind you, open up, soft bend into the knees, forward fold with a chest expansion. Woo. Reach the knuckles overhead towards the ceiling. And can you work the palms towards each other? One full breath in. No slingshot. Slowly release the grip. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're getting ready to move, so take a halfway lift. Plant the palms. Step or hop both feet back. High plank. Shift the body forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, let's lift that left leg high, lifting from the inner thigh. Full breath in, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, tiger curl. Hug that left knee into the nose. Think cat-like with the back. Give yourself some space to step that left foot in between the hands. Pivot on the back heel just a tad. Squeeze those inner thighs. Sweep the arms high. Warrior one. Full breath in. Full breath out. Release the hands behind the back. One more time. Interlace the fingers. I lied. We're going to do that more than once. Reach the knuckles down towards that back heel. Chest expansion. Full breath in. Humble warrior. Bow to the inside of that left thigh. See if you can keep the upper body hovering rather than leaning on that left leg. Reach the knuckles overhead. One breath in. Clear it out. Reach the arms high. Warrior one. Open on up, find warrior two just for a beat. Breathe in. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step that left foot back. You have the option to take a one-legged chaturanga if you're feeling up to it. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Right away, right leg lifts high. Exhale, tiger curl. One breath in as you think cat-like with the back. Plant the right foot. Exhale, warrior one. Beautiful. Release the hands behind the low back. Opposite thumb on top this time, so it's going to feel a little awkward. Drag the knuckles down towards that left heel. Open up the chest. And then humble warrior, fold to the inside of that right thigh. Let the chest hover. Reach the knuckles towards the ceiling. Full breath in. Clear it out, warrior one. Inhale, open up warrior two just for a beat. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, Ekapada Chaturanga. Let that right leg hover, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. Full breath in. Exhale, clear it out. Softly bend into the knees. We're going to hover the knees just about, 4 inches off the mat, coming into this hover table, but it's actually a little bit wider than a table. You got it, so breathe for 5. Lower them an inch for 4. Another inch for 3. Another inch for 2. And both knees land for 1. Walk the hands back. Find your hips. Pull up your pants if you need to. And let's start with our toes tucked, actually. And then take your hands to your low back. Start to squeeze the elbows together. Imagine like you're going to put your hands into back pockets. Squeeze the elbows together. Open up the front line of the body. Squeeze the glutes and start to press the hips forward. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can press those hips further forward even more and maybe take your gaze up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling really good here, let's reach back for that left heel and then the right. Keep pressing those hips forward as if I'm standing in front of you, pulling your hips towards me. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe let the gaze fall all the way back. Camel pose. We're not here for much longer. Make sure you're breathing. Good, and then just as slowly as you came into it, one hand at a time, untuck the toes. Set your hips to your heels, palms in the lap. If you don't feel energized by now, you might just need to go take a nap. Clear it out. Let it land in the body. We've got one more round. Go ahead and come back up onto the knees. This time we're going to keep the toes untucked. Hands to the low back like you're putting them into back pockets. Squeeze those elbows together. Squeeze the glutes. Press the hips forward. And then begin to reach back for the right heel this time if you have the space. And then the left. If this is not accessible, keep the toes tucked or simply keep your hands on your low back. All we're working towards is a back bend, an energizing back bend. Maybe you take your gaze back along the ceiling. Let the head fall and be cradled by the shoulders. Keep pressing those hips forward, take up space. And then very slowly, very gently, return to your seat. Take your hands, palms face up into your lap, especially if you're having any soreness or fatigue in the wrist. Work through those fingers a little bit. Just relax the shoulders away from the ears. Full breath in. Clear it out. And that concludes your energizing practice for today. I hope you've got a little bit of energy. If not, like I said, maybe just go have some coffee, take a nap. Otherwise, stack this video with one of my others and please like or subscribe. See you soon.